Hey folks, welcome back to Canada's Boxing Channel. Thank God it's Friday, which, depending on what job you do or whether you work or not, may be a big deal, maybe not. Anyways, you get the idea. I thought what I would do, and maybe we'll try and do this every Friday, is to have something, like Thoughts on Friday or Friday Funnies or something, where I'll talk about some of the things that I've come across in the boxing media during the week. I may or may not have opined on somebody else's YouTube channel in the comment sections. Just, a short little one. Hopefully we'll uncover some interesting little tidbits, maybe a bit of gossip. Hopefully it'll be true. We can have a little traction going. A bit of engagement with people would be sweet. And if you like this video, please hit like and please hit subscribe. That'd be really good. I appreciate that. Thanks a lot. Okay, so the first thing that I came across this week, these aren't in any sort of, ranking order or anything, just random thoughts, was that there's apparently a little bit more of a serious talk about Tyson Fury rematching Vladimir Klitschko. Now, I remember, I think we all do, excuse me while I get myself a bit more comfortable, there was talk that Vlad was looking to make a comeback, and I've opined upon this in a video. He's trying to beat George Foreman's record to become the oldest champion. Now, that, of course, fizzled out because Usyk beat Fury. I don't think that the talk of Vlad fighting Dubois really had much traction. But this is a different track because Tyson Fury doesn't have a belt. So this would just be a rematch. I'm not sure what purpose it would be. I think Vlad was owed a rematch. Let me think. 2015, November, right? November 2015, Fury beats Vlad, Dusseldorf. Great win for Fury. Take my hat off to the man. Vlad didn't get a rematch because Fury was medically unfit, possibly due to some indigestion, maybe. Anyhow, I'm sure that's been covered elsewhere. But now, 2025, would they try and do like a 10-year anniversary fight? November the 28th, 2025? I don't see the point in it. Really, I don't. I know Vlad has kept himself fit. He's 49, I think. Knocking on the door of 50. He's in great shape. He's arguably in better shape than Fury is. But no, come on. There's got to be a cutoff point, and I'm not into seeing that under any circumstances, really. No belts on a line, no new record to set. Just what? Just getting revenge over Fury? I don't see that point. I think a serious boxing person would, at the end of the piece, make their assessments about Vladimir Klitschko and Tyson Fury based on resumes. I don't think that they need to have a rematch to settle anything. So, undoubtedly, however, the dollar speaks, so we shall see. That was my first Friday thought that almost turned into a Friday rant. Excuse me, please. If I knew how to edit these videos, I would edit out this coughing and stuff like that. But frankly, I don't. I know how to turn the phone on, turn the phone off. Psst, that's it. So what you see is literally what you're getting. People were talking about should Opetaya go to heavyweight. I think I addressed this in a previous video, maybe down the road. But right now, I think there's the Ramirez fight. Let's finish off his career in cruiserweight. Take your time. There's no rush. I understand, again, the money is to be found at heavyweight, and maybe, we can emulate what Usyk has done. And of course, people are talking about him fighting Usyk, and I've spoken about that in another video. But for me, I would like to see Jai Opetaia become undisputed in cruiserweight, and then consider whether or not there's the overwhelming need either for career or finance or both to move up. Finish the job at cruiserweight would be my preference. The next thing that sort of, I know people have made quite a few videos about this, about whether or not Daniel Dubois is sort of skipping over, mentally just not giving Joseph Parker the attention that the Joseph Parker fight deserves. It would be hard to imagine that with Don Charles looking after Dubois and knowing the quality of Parker, and equally important, possibly even more important, knowing that Andy Lee is in Parker's corner, for Don Charles to allow Dubois to think anything other than Parker's going to be a really hard fight. So I don't think he's overlooking him. I think Daniel Dubois is kind of like a programmable individual. So I suspect that he's not overlooking. I think that there is a danger, of course. And this would be a very early prediction. One should not rush to any bookies based on this. I hope Parker wins, but I wouldn't be surprised if he actually does. Anyways, nearer to the time, I'll put a little bit more thought behind that and, let you know my thinking. But, yeah. I'd like Parker to win, but those are for, we'll see. All right. Hatman, who's got an outstanding YouTube channel, very, very popular fellow. He did a video about Martin Bakole calling out Anthony Joshua. I tend to think that Martin Bakole is jumping up and down wherever he can to try and attract attention, which is fine, I suppose. I'm not sure if he's cut out for that. I think he's cut out to be an exceptionally good heavyweight fighter. I seem to think that something's missing with the Bakole situation here. Billy Nelson is always going on about, what a star he is in the gym and sparring champion of the world. I'd rather see Billy Nelson focus on getting Bakole in tip-top shape to win, and I'd rather Bakole focus on exactly the same. I'd like to see somebody out there promoting, in every sense of the word, Bakole's interests, because I'm not sure if Bakole is the right fellow to advance his own interests. And I certainly disagree with either he or Billy Nelson talking about sparring and what goes on in the gyms. I mean, it breaks a code, and also it means a square root of F all, right? So, anyhow, I think Bakole is unwise to think about AJ, focus on AJ. It would be for money, of course, but AJ is not a champion. Focus on either the winner of Dubois and Parker or the winner of Kabayel and Zhang. Like, get somebody behind you who's going to advance your career if your career goal is to win a heavyweight championship. But other than that, you and your trainer should probably stay in the gym. That's my thinking. A quick one which annoyed me. In fact, I opined in a possibly a impolite way on a TalkSport show. They had Adam Catterall on there, and Adam Catterall was saying some version of Tyson Fury is the second best fighter in the world, he was agreeing that Usyk would be the best, but he was making a case that Tyson Fury is number 2. And then Simon Jordan pointed out Fury's somewhat mediocre resume. And Adam Cattrall agreed. So in the same sentence, he said mutually exclusive things. It looked like he was just kissing ass, to be honest with you. And I mean, a young guy who's got his own YouTube channel, very successful, broadcaster, I understand, I get it, the drive of the dollar and all that sort of stuff. But it was, I don't know, it was greasy. So that was my thinking. Let me know what you think on that. And then finally, and I'm not sure. Oh, let me get to the point and stop mumbling. Clarissa Shields, who self-identifies as the greatest woman ever, greatest woman of all time, the GWOT, she has said that she would like to fight Jake Paul. And another very well-known and well-respected YouTube fellow, Dwyer, was speaking about this on his show 2 days, maybe 3 days ago. My thinking is I'm dead opposed to it. Period, comma, exclamation mark, all the other grammatical points you can say. And I'm not opposed to it for the most obvious reason, which is also one that I would be opposed to. I don't like to see men fighting women under any circumstances. I'm not particularly interested in, any form of male-female sports. It just doesn't work for me, particularly in combat sports. And as much as I think that Clarissa Shields has got probably light years more talent than Jake Paul, and even if she was to kick his butt, which, I'm not even going to get into that, it sets a terrible precedent. The day a female boxer gets in the ring with a male boxer starts a clock. The day a female boxer gets badly injured or, God forbid, killed in a boxing match against a male starts a second clock, and that second clock is a countdown to the banning of boxing. So I would be opposed to any match between the GWOT and Jake Paul. I think that men should fight men and women should fight women. And I think that we should also stay in a weight class and an experience class. So that's my thinking on that. And I'd like to know what anybody else thinks. We shall see where it goes. Anyways, thanks very much for sticking with me on Thoughts on Friday or Friday Funnies. And have a fabulous day. Please hit like, share, and subscribe. And wherever you are, have a great day. Cheers. Bye-bye.